Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Let me get this set up and we'll be Gucci. Alright. Hold on. Hold on, I got y'all. Wait, what in the heck? It just... Okay. Let me refresh this and then we'll get started. And let me lower something else on OBS. Alright. Sorry, wrong thing. Okay. Alright, we should be good. Alright, let's get it. Strand time, yam time. Times two. You already know what it is. It's Vino. And welcome to the live stream, or what I also call the Stram. So today we are going to get into it. Let me show you what I got going on. Hold on. Oh, sorry. We good? Hold on. There we go. Alright. So today we're gonna start our brand new project. I know we did the last Friday we tried to do the run cycle. Hold on, let me get some music so it's less depressing in here. Hold on. Let me not be depressed with this non-copyright music. You know what I'm saying? These niggas can't copyright me for real. Give me a second. Whenever it wants to play. Any day now. Any day now. Alright, we should be good. Hold on. Let me lower... Okay, let me lower the audio. Alright. So we should be popping right now. We good. We good. Yeah, we good. So pretty much what we doing is we're getting reference. I'm trying to just do a vaporwave inspired visual. So right now we are on Pinterest. So actually let's make a board first. Vaporwave board. So we're going to create that. I like this guy. So we're going to save that. I like the dolphins. Not yet. That is cool though. Do. Not looking for this. This is pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm going to use that for this. I don't hate this. I like this. Right now we're just saving images just to see what we can make out of it. Because I just want to do a general project. I don't know necessarily. Hold on, I'm going to save that. I like this. I kind of like this. I like this right here. So right now we're just trying to get general references, bro. And then we just gonna put what we can together. VHS Haven, that's cool. So we're just gonna go through the list. I would like to play vaporwave theme music, but you know, copyright the bitch. So this is cool. This is cool. It's similar for the IBM PC and PC XT. Actually, I might want to look into the Plexus style, because that's also a thing with vaporwave stuff. This is actually pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Boom, boom, boom. Not that one, but that is a pretty cool. Is it gonna load us that? Alright. Oh, this is a cool alteration. It has the dip here, and then the sun is sideways. I've never seen that. This is pretty sick. This is pretty sick too. Just not for this. Not for this, but that is pretty sick. This is actually sick. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on. Alright, cool. So now we're getting more references. This is honestly really cool. On a vaporwave board. Alright, so I think we got enough stuff on the board. I think we got enough. We should be cool. We should honestly be Gucci. I am going to... Not for her wallpaper. I was just trying to save that for... I was trying to save that for a pen, not wrong board. I got you. Vaporwave board. Vaporwave. Vaporwave board. I got that. That's the same thing. Vaporwave board. Alright, so go to collages, go to your boards, go to the Vaporwave board. And we got a lot of references here. Like lots. Hold on, let me see how many we got. 39. Now I gotta... And I don't count one of them's. We gotta get 40. Oh, that is pretty cool. Alright, we should be good. We should be Gucci. So let's go to Vaporwave board. I won't do dolphins now. I'll eventually want to do something with a dolphin later. I like how this is the center of the... Actually, let me look something up. Plexus, vapor, wave. This is actually pretty sick. Not what I'm looking for, but it's still pretty sick. Alright, let's go back to the boards. Alright. So we got a lot of references. I mean, I know these two are the same, but let's see what we can make. Let's see. So we got that. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Because I got a lot of options to work with here. But hopefully y'all doing well today, bro. Hopefully y'all doing good. Hold on. So... Alright. Let me think. Alright, so this is what I'll do. We're going to switch to Blender, right? I'm going to try something kind of interesting. Hold on. There we go. So we're going to take this to Blender. So we're going to lock camera. View. Let me think. So first of all, let me change the camera resolution. So if we go 640 to 480, and then let's say we have something like this, right? So you want this to be the center point. And let's bring up composition lines. blah. So we have it on this part of the thirds. So let's say we do this, and then, because right now what I want to do is get the composition right before we start. Boo. Blah, 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 blah. So that's how we start out, right? I've been doing well. Hey, that's what's good. That's what's good, bro. That's what's good. That's what's goody with the hoodie. So we have this. All right. So then we're gonna switch back to not Blender. Not Blender. Pinterest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we could do that. So that's cool. We could do something like this. Maybe not yet. I do like the plexus idea though. So like if we gave this the action instead of making this, hold on. Oh shit, my bad. Oh, that's for view. Sorry. I'm gonna say why. All right, so we have this in the middle. And we need something for the rest of it. Actually, hold on. I didn't switch back. My bad. I ain't got it checked. Yeah, right here. So basically we have this pathway here. We have this sphere. And then, because the bottom part, hold on, let me lower the volume on my side. There we go, that's so much better. So this is supposed to be the centerpiece of it. This is supposed to be a pathway. Let me think. Actually, this is what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try using different composition types to see what I'm feeling. So for thirds, I'm doing fine. Honestly, hold on, I switch back. Okay, I didn't. I was just making sure. So this is basically what I'll do. Basically, let's go back to references actually, because Because clearly it needs more. Because I know the plane is going to be the wireframe. The sphere is going to be our focal points. So with not fire, yeah, no, I was right the first time. Could do something like this. Let me see what we can do here. There's a lot of good references. Like I said, I really like that reference. I want to see what else I can do. Actually, kind of like this. Bro, this dude's riding on a cassette tape. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. Let me think. I like the idea. Let me see what this one. Let me see what this one here is actually. The character walking to the cassette tape. Honestly, for this concept, I like Plexus a lot more. Alright, let me try. Alright, so this is what I'm thinking. Actually, let me try. Actually, what I should do is try. Doing this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the cylinders here to simulate trees. So do that. So the trees will be here. So pretty much, if I make trees here, I would probably have to make this bigger. And then we can just mirror that. Whoa, hold up. Hold up. I kind of have an idea. Nigga, I kind of have an idea. I ain't mean to do this. But hold on. We go... What if we do floating trees? Hold on. Let me play with the lens a bit. I'm not hitting the camera, that's why I can't find it. Okay, so let's say... So it would be... So we would do it like this. Well, let's put it back to 50. So we can just get the composition. So this will be our focal point. This will be for the rhythm, right? And this will be, I guess, the ground plane. But how do I want to do this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, nigga. I didn't even switch to... I'm really bad with that. I'm sorry. I thought I switched it over. So I'll give you an update. Pretty much. So I was trying to do the array here. So pretty much for the reference of the tree. All right, sorry about that. So for the... Dang it. So for the reference of the tree, I just put it here for composition purposes. We don't need the actual tree in right now. Then I mirrored it. And then once I mirrored it, I did an offset. I did the... Not offset. I arrayed it. And then I offsetted it to go this way, right? So it's like, okay, it's all on the same path. But then I played with the transition, and it's like this. So then it's like we can follow like up. It feels like I'm going up the gates of heaven. Like, it's kind of cool. So yeah, I thought I ain't gonna hold you. My bad. I thought I switched, but clearly I did not. Look, I thought I had it. I clearly didn't, cause you know. But yeah, that's basically what happened. So just to catch you up to speed, that's basically what happened. Um, I don't know if we can. Actually, I thought of something. Make sure I'm streaming it. All right, cool. I'm streaming it. All right, I got it now. So what if I got you? Let me cook here. I got it. So what if? Hold on. All right, let's get it. So what if we rate it offset these? That's kind of cool, but something like these. How many of these? 68. So something like this. I don't know how you turn this to vaporwave, but I already like the idea. And then when you play with the lens, it's more like this. See, I already like that. And before anything, hold on. And before anything, I cannot talk today for some reason, y'all. But before anything, remember, PSA to everybody who does anything technical, save your darn file. It's gonna be very important. So save as. Save as. Alright, cool. Alright, y'all. I will be right back real quick. I got y'all. I ain't forget about y'all. I will be right back. BRB. Baby back ribs, or I don't think that's the initial for that. Y'all know what I mean. I'll be right back. Oh, let's go. S-Boy, what's good? Let's get it. What's good with you, Brody? How we living? I'm getting something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'm getting something to drink. Just kind of dehydrated, so I need to get something to drink. I'll be right back. Like, give me like a minute. I'm not gonna be long. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Can y'all hear me okay? Alright, so I'll assume y'all hear me, but sorry about that. I needed some water, bruh. I feel like a dehydrated fish. But we back. Alright, for sure. So basically, what we have here is our composition setup, right? So these will be where our trees are, and we're gonna do steps here. And then as we are going up the steps, this will be our center point. As this will be following up the stairs. So I might do like a little twirl bounce, something like that. That's kind of the idea of what I'm trying to do with this. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with that. Yeah, but that's where we're at with that. So pretty much that's how we got everything set up. I feel like there could be an extra element. Actually, let's go back to our references. So we back to our references. So since we there, jeez. Since we there, all right. Sorry about that. So since we're there, we can just cross-reference what we want to get out of it. With all of this, I didn't expect the stairs idea, but I kind of like the idea. I think this dip idea is kind of cool too. But honestly, for it to read as Vapor Whip, I kind of want... So I kind of want these to be trees, this to be a plexus, and this to be like the lines. That's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want. So that's basically how we're going to have the whole setup. That's basically how we're going to have it. So since we got our composition basically set up, let me see if there's anything else I kind of want to do with it. But yeah, since we got our composition set up, we basically can... I kind of want to see what everything looks like visually. Sorry, wrong thing. Blender. I want to see what everything looks like visually. So first we'll start with the plane. We'll go to geometry nodes. Mesh, and then we're gonna do a mesh to curve. Size, and then we're gonna add the vertices here. And then we are going to do mesh to curve, and then go curve to mesh. And then we're gonna do profile curve. We're gonna do curve circle. Then we're gonna bring that radius down. Hold on. This is kind of cool. I expect to do this, but this is kind of cool. Hold on. Then we're gonna do a hold up. First of all, before I forget, S-Boy, you still in here or not? And then we're going to go... So once we do curved mesh, we're gonna go set material, and then just to test it, just to see what it looks like, we're gonna do new material. Then we're gonna go emission, and then purple, and then let's just see what it looks like. Let's make the world black. And then we're gonna make this glow purple. And then once we do that, we're going to actually, let me try something. Compositing, new. Obviously it's not the official thing, but this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do glow, not glow, glare, and then we're gonna make it a bloom, sunbeam. I know. Okay, that's kind of cool. We're gonna do bloom. We're gonna do this. We're gonna increase the size of the bloom. Come on. Oh, we're gonna turn down the threshold. Vignette, vinaigrette, whatever you want to call it. And then we're gonna get sensor noise. We're gonna animate the noise, increase the chroma, chromatic aberration. That's obviously important here. Gonna do a lens distortion. We're just gonna do a scale like that. We would do something like this, and with that we already have the look, the vaporwave look we want to go for. So that's where we're at with this. And then after that, we are going, since we know what it kind of looks like, I like how this looks like a moon. Alright, so for these, we want trees. We can't really see the steps from here, but we can at least do the... Actually, let's see what the steps look like with the material. Let's just do a basic emission. And then we'll go, pink. And then... Okay, that's not bad. That's genuinely not bad. It needs more texture to it. What if we do a principal BDSF? We'll do an emission with the pink. Have some glow. Put a metallic thing on it. Turn down roughness. Transmission, increase that. I guess we'll come back to it, because it actually, what if we do Fresno like this? Go to the emission. Sorry, not the color strength. Something like that. I kind of want it to be not Fresno. Layer weight. That's the other one I'm thinking of. Layer weight. Layer weight. That's what I'm thinking of. So we do that. Actually, I'm going to do a color ramp here. Color ramp. We're gonna do that. We're gonna add another pink. We're gonna make that one like a bit brighter, and then metallic. Something like that. It still needs a texture. Hold on. For the shader, dithered, blended. So let's try this with glass. Glass BDSF. Color. I guess the light has to hit it for anything to show. I mean, rightfully so. So, light. I'll do an area. I'll do an area. We'll do the size. Let me check something real quick. So yeah, basically, all right. Yeah. All right, cool. This is basically what I'll do. If this is glass, BDSF, then we're gonna do a mix shader. And then we're gonna do, give it a second. Then we're gonna do a separate emission. And then I'm gonna make it hot pink whenever it wants to load. All right. I can do something better for this, but I at least wanted to show that it's there. So let me show you what it's looking like right now. Right here. This is what we have. This is what we have. And I like what we have in so far. So now we got to fill in the trees, or what's supposed to be trees, and that sphere in the middle. So I have something perfectly for this. Hold on. Is my blender in there not showing? Sorry. Sorry about that. We're just gonna be good. We're just gonna be back in the viewport. All right. So this is what we got going on. All right. So this is what we got going on. So now that we have this, we need something for the trees. And lucky for me, And lucky for me, I don't have a plugin for this that I thought I had. Hold on. Hold on. No. No. Not landscape. Confirm. Profile spirals. So hold on. Add-ons. I got something for this. Alright, so pretty much we got that going on. Let me look at my add-ons real quick. Hold on, I got y'all. Sap. Hold on. Hold on, let me look something up, y'all. Because my plugin is missing. So, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna find. I guess when I guess through the upgrades, it's not like there anymore because it used to be there, and I used to use this. It's a plugin to help with putting in trees. Like I said, I'm still here. Let me just find this plugin. Oh, there we go. Sap tree. That was fairly simple. Huh. Okay, it's on. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm gonna show y'all how this works. Sap tree gen. And then you have the options to edit what type of tree this is. Geometry. So you got conical, inverse conical, spherical, hemispherical, cylindrical, tapered, flame, inverted, custom shape. Whoa. So what I'm going to do, scale here, bevel resolution 3, custom shape, branch radius. Ooh. Actually, me turn it to solid view. Radius scale. This is affecting the size, radius ratio, close the tip, root flare, taper, tweak, let me check something. Alright, so excuse me. Alright, so we do all this, go to levels, base splits, trunk height, secondary trunk height, split height, split bias, branches, split segments, curve resolution. Take that curve resolution down. Yep, it's about to crash, y'all. Give it a second. It's gonna crash on me. Just like all my files do. We're just gonna wait on it. Wait on it. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. Yes, it's done. We're cooked, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are cooked. Whoop whoop, hip hip hooray. I'm just gonna let you know this Blender file is not moving anytime soon. It's not moving anytime soon. So yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna cancel out the Blender file and then just get back to it. And just reopen it. That's probably for the best and saves more time. I'm just gonna be so real. Yes, sir, we back. So this is what we're gonna do basically. We're just gonna go back to tree generator. Sorry, it's in the curves. What? Oh. Hold on. Oh, it's just not on. Autosave preferences. If that autosaves, I don't know. I guess because I didn't save the file from that point. I don't know. Um. Um. Alright, so pretty much what happens is we shift A. We do sample tree generator. Alright, so we did that. Conical. Alright. Branch rings. Branch radius. Shit. Alright. Alright. Let's try that again. Sample tree. Blah, blah, blah. Scale ratio. Excuse me. Alright, so close tip, roof layer. Level. Trunk height. Hold on. Base splits. Rotating curve resolution. Branch growth. Length variations. Curvature variation. Pruning ratio. Leaves. Show leaves. Looks tropical enough. Inverse conical. Spherical. Hemispherical. Yo. Yo! I ain't expect all this. I did not expect all this. Alright, interesting. So, leaf angle. This is kind of cool. Woo, woo, woo. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so, not duplicate faces. Let me see duplicate verts. Yo, that is kind of cool. Looks like an alien mothercraft. Like an alien spaceship, but it's just a tree. That would be cool, but let's just keep it normal tree. So we got a bunch of leaves. So I assume this is like the direction of the leaves. Pruning. That's just the regular length of the tree. Length variation. Branch splitting. No, 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 no. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Please, please, please. Please do not crash. I beg of you. I beg of you, don't crash. Even though it's going to crash, but like, just don't. You could do anything in this world. You could choose in this life to do anything in this world, but crash on me. Just don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. Anything in this world, just please, for the love of God, don't crash on me. Oh, jeez. Alright, time to abort mission. Yep, just close it. Blender just crashed. This is what I get for tampering with shit, you know? I kinda deserve that. When you think about it in theory, I kinda deserve that, so I can't even judge it. I definitely deserve that. Alright, so Blender crashed, but we gonna get it back up and get it back popping. So, OBS is still streaming it. Alright, we back locked. Alright, so we're gonna shift A it. So we're gonna shift A it. Curve, sample generator. Come on. Alright. It seemed like we lagged. My connection went out. We back? We locked? I assume we back in action. I assume we back in action. Okay, cool. So um all right, cool. So let's just do the curve. Then we're gonna do sample tree gen. Handle auto vector. Hemispherical. We're gonna go branch radius. Branch splitting, branch splits, trunk height, secondary height, split height, branches. And then we're gonna go branch growth. Pruning. And then we're gonna do the leaves, show leaves. Branch radius. Root flare. So I got the scale here, scale variation, branch resolution, so spherical, hemispherical, then we go branch radius, branch resolution, ratio, radius count. There's something in here that I touched, I can't remember what it was. Root flare, we already did that. Tweaked radius. Oh. Oh, no, okay. Okay. So let's go backwards a bit. Maybe a bit too backwards. Try to go a bit forwards. Damn. Let's go base splits. Let's do it like this. That level. No, okay. Okay, I was about to say no, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. I was hoping the guy doesn't crash. Please don't crash on me. So we're gonna do level 2, trunk height, split height, base splits. So basically what we're gonna do do it like this. Split angle variation. Let's try branches. Alright, let's do it like this. Branch growth. So we do branch growth, and then we're gonna do prune. We looked at pruning. Then we do leaves. Alright, so we do leaves. We can look up envelop. Alright, cool. So we do this. Blah, blah, blah. Tree scale. Tree angle. We do that. And then armature. I guess we can't. Ah. That's. Huh, that actually worked. Hold on. So mesh. The armature. Pose. Honestly, I'll probably switch to armature part. Hold on, let's say, because I haven't used this. Okay, I haven't used this feature in a while. There's a couple things I definitely forgot. So we'll go to curve, sample tree, gen. I turned off tree number 1. Hold on. So we do this. What the oh, I gotta turn off that layer, the leaves and that, and that. So that. All right. So we do that. We gotta get the sampling tree. Do animation. Yeah, I probably should just did it like that. So what I had it blah 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 hemispheric blah, blah branch distribution like that. What the fuck is going on with this? Yo! Yo! My joint is tweaking. So we go geometry, branch radius, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I cannot hit anything without the... Okay. Shit's pissing me off. What the... No. No. Yo, yo, yo. Bro. Yo, hold on. Yo, my mouse is tweaking right now. Hold on. Hold on. Yo. Yo, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Yo. My shit just glitched out, bro. My shit just glitched out. It just glitched out. Like, out of nowhere. Hold on. I'm just gonna delete that. Let me see OBS is... Okay. We're not... Oh my god. No, we can't be... My nigga, you can't be serious. Hold on. This is what we're gonna do. Don't save it. Looks like everything is back now. Yeah! And now it just glitched out on me. I never remember this plugin being this buggy, but I guess if they're not doing constant updates on it, it's gonna have some bugs. Bugs no bunny. But yeah. Alright, so we shift A, sample tree. Branch distribution. Oh my god. Alright, branch radius. Cool. Cool. Close tip. Base splits. Alright, something like this. Then we have branch growth. Pruning leaves. So we got like these. Leaf scale. And then we got animated. Weather animation is added to the leaves. they spelled weather wrong on here. I'm surprised that happened, but you know. Armature animation, I'm not going to do that. Animation speed. Loop frames. Overall wind strength. So all right. Path animation. So where's the... I forgot it's supposed to add animation already to it. Let me just save this here. Just to test it, right? So we did this. And then generate, mirror, and then array, array, up, up. You know what they always say, up, up, and array. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing. Offset. Sorry. The actual branch is negative 0.8. $7.09. And then 1.63. And then we're just gonna have this constantly arrayed. 6.3. 1.67. Yeah, I did that. Yep, that's corny. But I did it. Alright. So with this, we will do a basic shader. I guess we'll do try something. So pretty much we got the composition for this. Um, and now what I want to do with this, actually, shader. So we're gonna do shoot. All right. So gradient texture. We're gonna go color ramp. Gonna go linear, quadratic, easing, blah blah blah. Alright, so if we do linear, Control T, we're gonna rotate that shit. Hold on. Yeah, like this. So then we're gonna go. Hold on, let me go back to my reference. So if it's yellow and pink, let's do yellow and orange. So we do yellow, and then for the black value, we do an orange. We do an orange, so we basically have this. But now the issue is, hold on. Not wavelength, sorry. Not wave texture. We'll put the color here. Because what I want to do is emulate. So I want to see if I can emulate like the sun they normally have in Vaporwave. But right now it doesn't look exactly the way I want it to. So this is how we're going to do it. Actually, let me just show you the reference before we get back to it. There's only a few lines here. I want to be able to map this texture. Or just map the texture through the whole thing. I don't know how you do that. So first of all, we're going to Control T. We're going to rotate. Not location. Hold on, damn it. So, not location. Alright. So let's do mix shade shader, not mix shader. Let's put in mix color. Mix color right here. So we've got wave texture here. Then we have the gradients. Okay, so we kind of have the look, right? Clamp results. Oh, I forgot to switch back, sorry. So basically what I did to update everybody is I didn't mix color node. Got that. Got the wave texture and the gradient so I can mimic the look I want. So now I want to see if I can do this. Distortion does not need to be had. Oh. Detail scale, detail roughness, face offset. So what I'm gonna do mix darken, multiply, color burn, lighten, screen, color dodge, add, overlay. Stuff like, okay, it looks like most of them are doing the same thing. So what we're gonna do is invert like, hold on. If I put the wave texture into the color. Okay. I mean, in the color of the transparent. Okay. do is to every part of the line have some transparency. So like maybe blended. Oh. Hold on. If I do transparency overlap, then I do object instead of generated. UV, normal, generated. Come on. Smart UV project. So, if only I know there's a way. Kind of like this. So I can't figure out what I want to do or how to do what I want to do with this. So pretty much I can't get the transparent look I want to. Alright, so I'm trying to see if I can get the transparent look I'm trying to go for. Well, hold on. Let me try something. Let me scale it. Or what I could do is not invert it from here. Low key, instead of making it the sun, why not make it like the moon? Like Um, hold on. Actually, let me try something. Control Shift. And then I'm gonna do another mix shader. Duplicate that. Put the principal BDSF there. And then have everything controlled by a gradient. Control T. So rotes, sorry. Hold on. I was trying to mix. Okay. That's not working the way I wanted it to. Alright. So this is what I'll do. Let's just go with this. Sorry. Grab him right here. So let me show you what the render looks like. Let me show you what this looks like. So if we do this, and then we're just gonna scale it. And then we'll rotate it forward. So let me see, with this composition, this is what we have. Alright, oh yeah, let me show y'all what the render looks like. That's probably important. I don't know, just a lucky guess. That's it. No, not the actual Blender render yet. Hold on. This is what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what we have so far. I like what we have. I personally like what we have so far. But yeah, bruh. So we got that. So composing. Playing with composing stuff. Threshold, medium, we're gonna go high. Strength is high. Actually, if I'm gonna do a 10. So we got that. Hold on. So we go back to the Blender file. Low-key, I low-key like it more as a moon. So right now, this is the setup we have. I'm thinking about trying to change this to a moon, maybe. I'm gonna try it. Cause I like the dark lighting, but I kind of like. try. Hold on. Actually, what we could do with the sun, what we have, we could make it into darker colors. So maybe we could turn this into white, and then we could turn this into blue. So then we could do like this. And now it looks like moonlight. See, I like that a lot more. I like that a lot more. What we could try and do is make it pink. Maybe. We could try turning the blue to pink. Or make it like a gradient, like a... something like this. Yeah, something like... Hold on. Hold up. Before we get into the actual animation of it, first of all, before anything, niggas, first of all, we switch to the actual Blender file. We go to the actual Blender file. We're gonna save it. Always save your files. Do not. That's the last thing you want to do. Or the last thing you want to mess up on. Let me clarify on that. So we do that. And then I still think we need to do something with these stairs. Let's go. I'm gonna go back to my reference and see what I can find. I'm gonna look at reference. The line path. I don't. Trying to see when you checking the reference, what are we gonna do? Actually, I might as well just show y'all what I'm looking at. So basically, I'm showing my references just to see where we're at. I still think we need something here on the. I don't know what, but let's just look. Hey, but for now, let's look at our reference and see what we can come up with. Let's look. And this is on the board, I assume, right? Alright, this is not on the board, so. So for this, like, I like the effect I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to find a way to make gaps in between the lines. And make transparency and break it up. I don't know how to do that right now. But once I know how to do that and do the stuff with the stairs, I'm Gucci for real. I need to figure out how to do this. Or what I could do, another thing I could do, instead of steps, now check me, instead of steps, we do, let me do another plane. So I insert this, right? Now check, watch me cook here. So we're gonna do that. Alright, so now that we did that, hold on. Alright, so pretty much afterwards, we are going to rotate everything up here. So alright, so this is what we're doing, y'all. So we move this. We're gonna do a transform geometry. Translate. And then and then so this is what we do, and then we are going to give this an emission, and then we're gonna do a blue. No, hold on. So we're going to make, hold on. Rotate. And then like this. Like this. So now let's see what we have in. First of all, let's save this. I think the blue needs something to contrast with. Actually, let me just show y'all the render before we. Oh, I'm tweaking. You can't see what's going on. You can't even see what's going on. So for context, I gotta stop doing this shit. So I had the stairs, right? So I was like, wait, instead, let me do another wireframe plane, and have it go up. But like, what if we did it like this? Actually, what if we did it like this? So instead of that and the flame, let's like this, right? So scale. So I think this is better, because the original idea is to have this. Actually, I do kind of like the layered look. And then we just climb up the hill. I like this. I like this idea. And then if we save it, we do a render. Oh yeah, that's cold. Let me show you the render. This is cold. This is cold right here. I like this. And we could do more with it. But I'm gonna do one of two things. Do more of it off stream and then upload it, or save it for the next stream. Oh, sorry, for the next stream. So, but yeah. But I'm gonna put a pause in it here. I think we have a good thing going so far. Honestly, so I am not too... Hold on. We're at a good spot, and yeah, but I appreciate everybody who popped out at the stream tonight. I know it was kind of rough. I was kind of dehydrated. I was a little out of it, but I'm glad I got some momentum coming in. So, you know, be tuned. Hey, stay tuned for next week. I plan to stream next Friday at 7:30, same time. So, you know, happy Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Last stream of the month. So, you know, we're going to gotta lock in. But I appreciate everybody.